right, everybody. Good morning. It is a beautiful Thursday morning, and we're going to see if we can sell some stuff and mine some stuff. So let's go ahead and get the music turned down here. There we go. And let's get the gaming volume up. And let's get into the proper scene here, and then we'll get moving. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So the patch came out. Let's see what we got here. Let's turn chat off. And just for you guys, let's go ahead and get things a little smoother. There we go. And I'm currently in Area 18 because I made the mistake of coming all the way out here trying to sell a couple $1 million worth of minerals. So I'm just going to run down to the TDC real quick and see what we can see. And then we'll kind of go from there. So we'll run over to Art Court Plaza here. Got our cool armor on today. And then we'll climb back in our ship and head back to the promised land.
Area 80 is the premier center for business development. Please consult any of our associates.
But selling was completely broken. We couldn't move any product anywhere. None of the terminals would sell. So hopefully they've updated that in the latest patch. I know scanning was fixed previously, so at least that was working. Hey, buddy. Man, look at that. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So selling is working. So we got 500,000 in Terranite. Let's go ahead and confirm. Taking a while to process, I gotta say. Well, that's never a good sign. I've never seen an internal error before. Let's try again, shall we? There we go. Now for quantanium, 1.67 million. So now we're up to 2 million. Loving it. And finally gold. Another 6. So a couple of $1,000,000 in minerals, not bad. Let's go climb back in the Star Lancer Max and head back to the barn. Maybe. There we go. All right, transaction 6. Oh, well, maybe. You know, just to make absolutely certain. One thing I will say is I banked all these minerals before the patch. That's very interesting right here. 24 SCU and 0. So some things are still not quite right in the verse. But that's all right. And if you're joining us on Twitch or X, let me know you're out there. We're restreaming to a couple of different places here. So now let's go get on the Metro. Or I guess here at City Flight. And we'll catch a tram out to the spaceport and get the heck out of here. So not bad. We were able to transport a couple $1,000,000 in product and finally get it sold. And once again, I stored all this product in inventory before the patch. So that was nice. Hey there, nice armor. Are you on VoIP? Guess not. Well, let's go ahead and hop on before it leaves without us. Get you guys a look at this. And if you're just joining us, welcome to Alpha Infinity Tech. We're live in the verse. And we just sold 2 million in product finally. And that was just one run from Pyro. So 3 mining runs, but 1 run and 1 cargo run from Pyro. So that was good. And mining pays. That side of the industrial gameplay, it works. So yeah, 136 from 134. Okay, I'll take it. So what we're going to do is we're going to head back into the lawless side of the universe here and get back to doing what we like doing, which is finding some decent rocks out there. And I'll be with you guys for a couple of hours this morning. I got to go earn this afternoon, but this morning I got a little bit of free time, so I'm going to spend it with you guys. Glad to have everybody with me here. And the quality of the stream should be greatly improved. I found an OBS issue that was causing some pixelation in previous streams that I wasn't happy with, and I was blaming YouTube, and it turns out YouTube is part of the problem, was having some problems with their VP9 compression, but overall things should be looking a lot better now. Make sure and hit that gear icon. We're streaming in 4K. Though YouTube still does some compression magic that might not make it look as good as what I'm seeing, but pretty good. All right, so we're going to hop down to our extra large hangar here. And for those that are just joining us, we sold off a couple million in quantanium, terranite, and gold here at the TDC, and now we are headed to the spaceport. So let me get my ship called up here real quick. We'll go with the Starlancer Max. That's the one that we brought over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our Starlancer Max, head back to Pyro, and then we'll pick up a mole and go crack some rocks, either on Monox or Pyro 1. I've been spending a lot of time on Monox, so I really like Monox a lot. So anyway, if the stream quality is good for you, everything, I'm not blowing you out with the voice or the sound, let me know in chat how things are for you. And there she is. She's a beauty. She's big. Man, I can't remember. Elevator left or right? I don't spend a ton of time in this ship. I think it's on the right side, but I could be wrong. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Okay. And let me get a couple of things rolling here. All right. And we'll head up to the top deck, the upper deck of the Starlancer Max here. And I think I'm going to change the mole loadout just a bit when we get back to checkmate here. I think we're going to roll. So I have 3 Ryger C3s on the front mining head. I think we're going to roll with. We're going to leave that one alone. And we're going to modify my secondary helix with a stampede and then 2 surges. Because it seems like we're running into more 40 and 50k rocks than anything else. So, and I think that's based on what my mining friends are telling me and what I'm seeing, that might be the better way to go. And there is that beautiful Starlancer. All right, no hangar weight today. And for those that are interested, Performance statistics are in the top right hand corner if you want to see what the latest hardware is doing. 9950X3D water cooled with an air cooled RTX 5090. And by the way, I'm not doing any DLSS4 or smooth motion or any of that stuff. This is all stock. I'm not overclocking the proc or the gaming card. This is if you were to throw a machine together, put all the components in the case, and then just start playing. There's no real optimization from my side going on here. So, all right, let's get the cruise control on and get our destination plugged in here. We'll head to the Pyro Gateway. Do we have the Pyro Gateway? We do. All right. All right, and we'll let's get 45 degrees pitch up here. And there is Area 18 in its beauty. And we're running in 4K, 3840 by 2160. Everything's maxed out, including photo clouds, all that stuff. So, and the Stanton portion of the universe does perform better, I will say. Give you guys a nice view there. Smooth as butter at 70 to 80 frames a second. Okay, and let's get into the proper SCM mode for travel here. Increase our velocity a bit. See if we can get escape velocity going here. There we go. The Starlancer Max, she doesn't accelerate fast or turn fast or stop fast, but she does haul quite a bit of cargo, so. There we go. And we're ready to roll. And off we go to Pyro. All right. And off we go back to the promised land. So we're gonna go head out to Pyro, hit checkmate, change ships. Make sure we have the proper modules on board and mining gadgets, and then we'll head out to probably Monox and break some rocks this morning. So looking forward to that. Okay. And there's somebody coming in behind me. Pretty cool. There's our jump point, so let's go ahead and head on out. And I don't want to bore you guys with transitioning back from Stanton to Pyro, but that's kind of what we had to do. I want to make sure the selling is working, and if you rewind the stream, you'll see it is, with a few errors. But we were able to sell a couple million in product. All right, we'll get that predictive indicator right where we want it. Perfect. And looks like somebody opened the gate. Try not to run into anybody. And my piece of advice for you C2 owners out there is don't. I've been hit by other ships not once but twice now. Okay, and speaking of hitting other ships, let's make sure we don't do that either. Looks like he's headed the same way we are. And off we go. Looking good. All right. Yeah, we're just going to keep him bracketed so we don't, on the targeting system, so I know where he is at all times. I don't want to run into him after we exit. And I have to say, if you haven't been a Star Citizen in a year or 2 or 3, you really should consider getting back into it because they've obviously made a lot of changes for the better. Still some quirkiness out there, but okay, there he is. And there we are. And looks like we're deselling. Let's go ahead and get the shields up while we get our destination plugged in here. And I don't want to sit here for too long, so let's go ahead and get spooled up, get our quantum calculations done, and get the heck out of here. All right. And we're going to be streaming again tonight from about 6 p.m. Mountain Time all the way up through midnight possibly, so stay tuned for that. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that gear icon and select 2160. And this is a fully upgraded Star Lancer Max, all 8 grade components, just in case you're wondering. All right, almost there. And we're going to get Monox plugged in here. And the ASOP terminal gave me the wrong freaking, I love how it mislabels it. So in the ship configurator, it'll be 1, but in the ASOP terminal, it'll be 2. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and get this switched out real quick. Might as well just configure both exactly the same. And we'll just hop out here real quick. All right, so I'm gonna leave that one out for just a second. Make sure we got everything dialed in just perfectly here. So the mole, with the gray cat, utility, surge, and stampede perfectly. Okay. This thing needs a 2x hollow on it for sure. I don't think I'd want to go out and try and do anything serious with this until we customized it just a little bit. All right, let's put that away. And we do have, oh yeah, we do have the max lift on board, so that's good. All right. And let's just configure both of these exactly the same so we can take whichever one we want. There's 2. Ability. And stampede. There we go. Okay. Let's double check this one more time. Okay. All right, off we go. Let's go break some rocks. While we're waiting on that, I'm gonna grab another Rockstar Zero, of course. Can't be drinking that sugar at my age. And there she is. And she's ready to roll this time. And if we run into an 80k rock, 70, 80k that's got resistance that we can deal with, we'll throw a third stampede on, a third surge. But for now, we'll roll with this config and see what it can do. I think I have my Hofstad pretty much dialed in at this point in time, the way I want it. And everybody has their own configuration, right? It's like a hamburger. Everybody likes certain things on a burger. And with the laser that I use for those secondary brakes, for me, it's all about the Ryger C3 and the Focus 3 on that particular mining head. All right, and so we'll get everything plugged in here and get moving. There's that beautiful gray cat. And look at all those fragments bouncing off the shields. Okay. Apparently we got to dial this in again. And another thing that I'm not really liking right now is that I can't scan in this SCM mode. And it's just random how that happens. All right, off to Monarchs we go. And you guys know the drill. We're going to hit the North Pole orbital marker and then head down from there. All right, we'll get the cruise control on here. And let's get a little bit more vertical thrust. And we'll start doing our quantum calculation here, even though we're still waiting on the obstruction. Of course, that is a big desert right there. I'm almost tempted just to say F it and go right down this way. Why don't we do that today? Let's just accelerate out. And just head straight down. Looks like we'll just do that. What does our orbital rotation look like here? Oh yeah, that's perfect. Let's do that. We'll try this section of the planet today. And we'll start seeing some atmospheric friction here soon, and then we'll be in the money. And we'll just aim for that cloud formation right there. Perfect. So I've actually limited the video card here, I believe, to 138 FPS because there's no reason to run it hot just to get 145 or 150. I think the monitor refresh rate on this 55-inch gaming monitor tops out at 148, so we're limited to just right underneath that, and that way that GPU is not running at 100%. All right. And let's get our mining on. Let's get started. You guys got me for another hour and a half or so today, this morning, and then I'll be back on tonight. All right, let's get slowed down a bit. And we're going to start the day out with what? Okay, let's start the day out with that. There's a 17, and what do we have over here? A 19. Let's go for the 19. Why not? So we're going to spend our time primarily on tier 1 or S stuff today, whatever we find first. I'm not really going to screw around with gold. Laranite, none of that stuff. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, make sure we're in the right mode here. Okay, that's a 40K rock. So we'll scan the rest of these, and let me make sure we're coupled here. There, get out of cruise control. There we go. Hopefully finding stuff in the 40 to 80K range today. Not really interested in anything smaller than that. I want to maximize my time. So a lot of rocks in this field. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty nothing field here, it looks like. Yeah, I'll hit this. Okay. Not looking great, but every once in a while in a ore field like this, you do find one rock that has something worth taking. 44K gold. Yeah, no thanks. All right. I want to go put a bore. Oh, there's a Terranite rock at 27. We may start our day out on that one right there. But what is this one? That's 8,000. So that's... Where was that other one that was nearby? There was the other one that we saw here close. All right, let's head into the sun and see what else we can find here. That's a 12K return, so I'm not exactly excited about that. What I am excited about is that gray cat paint. Really looking good. Can't scan for, it's just random. So weird. All right. What do we have? Okay, 40K gold. Not going to break that one today. Fairly small rock there, not surprised. Keep on trucking. May alt F4 out of this to get that scan mode back. So we don't have to move at 140 meters a second here. Wow. But let's see real quick before we do that if we can find something decent.
Weapons off.
And if you're just joining us, welcome to Alpha Infinity Tech. We're live this morning out in the verse. Trying to find something big. We started out our stream here with a $2 million run out to the TDS and Area 18. And now we're out here on the deserts of Monarchs trying to find something, but for some reason... Hey, there we go. Now it's working all of a sudden. Great. Probably gems right over here is my guess. Maybe not. Let's go look. So we're trying to find 30 to 50 or above. Actually 50 or above, really. Might take a 40 something if it's just right. We're looking for that Goldilocks rock this morning. So there's a 40K Terranite rock. I think I'll take that one home. Why not? This looks pretty good. There's another Terranite, fairly small one. We can break that one too. Maybe we might be able to bust that one with the Hofstad, actually. Laranite, no, thank you. And what is this monster sitting right here? What is this? Yeah, 75K Terranite rock. Yeah, let's do this. And what is the resistance on this one? 14. So this is going to be one where I wish I had the 3.
Landing complete. Launch complete.
3 surge modules for that one. So let's do this. Let's start our, well, we really want this one though. 155 SCUs, 22%. Where was the other one at? %, 112. Okay. Yeah, we'll start out on the big guy this morning. Let's find a better spot right around this side, maybe. So we're going to do 2 things. I'm going to switch out one of the modules on the Helix. We're just not getting any. There we go. We need to unlock the ports first. All right. And I got a couple of surge modules in the backpack here, so and there is that stampede right there. We need that one. Nope, don't want that one. Okay, we'll set the stampede down here and we'll store it. We'll come back to that. All right. And there's our surge. No, we wanted to store that one. I guess we're not storing things today. All right. Okay, let's make sure we got that on there because I don't feel like, yep, it's there. All right. And can we store that yet? Apparently not. Let's just carry it. Can't carry it either. I love these Star Citizen. All right, so now we got our 3 surge modules on. Oh, fell right off the elevator. At least we're parked somewhat decently here. So now we have 3 surge modules on board. Let's see if we can go crack that big rock. Let's see what happens. And my module's missing, of course. Should we pop a, maybe we should pop a module on that rock. I don't know. Cluster, let's maybe a Boramax. Why don't we do that? The resistance looks fine to me, so I don't suppose my module's laying on the ground anywhere over here, is it? Not looking good. Oh, there it is. And the wind's picking up, so definitely want to get this Boramax on here real quick. All right, what do we got here? 52%. A little better than 90, please. There we go. Sure, we'll take 90. 92, that'll work. Okay. And the mole's bouncing around a little bit, so we'll go ahead and get the party started. I was going to take some screenshots out here, but... Okay, can we pick this thing up or not? Well, apparently we can't store things today in Star Citizen, so we'll just leave that there for now. It'll be fine on the floor, and let's see if we can go crack this monster. And we're going to get real close on the right side here. We'll give it a shot. Who knows? All right. I think I might actually want to be... Well, no, we're 18 meters out. And we're drifting slightly to the right, which I'm not happy about. So before I start dumping a bunch of surge modules into it, let's just go ahead and drift right into this rock right here. There we go. May have to get closer. Something else I didn't notice is that this is tungsten right here. So that's going to make that pretty much a no-go. But we'll try moving closer and see what happens. But I'm thinking with that tungsten is probably not gonna be a go. Gonna need 2 miners for that one, but we'll see. So we'll try it one more time. And I have 3 extra surge modules on board, so it's not the end of the world if we use a couple of these. Not a big deal. But we may have to go find another rock. And then if that's the case, we'll drop down, grab my bore max, and find something else. Yeah, we're not even moving the needle on the charge level on this one. Unless, what am I seeing down here? All right, let's go grab our... That tungsten just makes it super tough. Can we find a decent parking place today? Maybe right on this section, right? Right there. That should work.
Landing complete.
Don't want to drop that. Just in case, why not? Since we're here. Beautiful paint. Loving it. Darth, you should consider getting back into it, my friend. Glad to have you on the stream, by the way. All right, can we actually store this now? Let's find out. No. Okay.
Launch complete. Landing gear up.
And we'll try it one more time just for the heck of it. A little bit closer this time. I think that tungsten's going to sink us, but... And look at that. I think we're going to run out of surge modules, but that's okay. We'll refill. Can we get past the halfway point? What's it going to be? Nope, not today, my friends. Got closer though. But I don't even think with 6 charges we would have made it. All right, we got to park to pick up our mining module anyway, so... But getting that resistance down helped. But it didn't help enough. But we took a crack at it. No pun intended. All right. Let's get that stampede back on there. Why is my mole trying to fall? There we go. Oops. Okay. There's number 2. And see if we can get number 3 attached. And there's number 3. All right, let's go get our Sabir. And before our mole floats off on us, and we'll go crack that 40-something K Terranite rock next.
Launch complete. Landing gear.
There we go. All right, let's see what we can do with this one. I'm going to try it without a mining gadget first.
Fracturing mode on. Mining mode on.
All right, let's get into the grain here today. All right, that one's done. And we'll go drop over into the Hofstede and do the sub breaks from there. 2 surges and a stampede will take care of a 40 to 50K rock, no problem. On a Helix 2, that is. Man, that's a nice looking fragment right there. And look how big that optimal window is with the focus 3. Nice and easy. Give you guys an external view here. I don't even have to keep an eye on it. Okay, next. Tungsten and inert. I don't think we're going to worry too much about that. Beautiful. I can't remember, was this a 40 or 48? I'll have to rewind the stream or take a look at the footage afterwards to find out, but not a big deal. The 70K with the tungsten, on the other hand, even with 3 surges, we couldn't pop it. So that tungsten really makes things a little difficult. Okay, let's go ahead and start scooping. Get some of this stuff out of the way here. And even with a little bit of overcharge, we didn't inert too much material, so I'm happy about that. This will be a nice rock for us to start the day out on. 100% Terranite. Love it. And for those that are just joining, welcome to Alpha Infinity Tech. We're live on the rocks. We were able to sell 2 million in product at the TDC out in Area 18. So it looks like that is, in fact, working, though we did have an error out twice on us. And scanning is now working on rocks without having to go through a bunch of things to get it working. So that's good. Before I was having to zoom in and hit Alt G and zoom out and do all sorts of crazy stuff just to try and get it working. And now it's not a problem. All these things are scanning from the mining head. Beautiful. Yeah, we'll pick up these 50% Terranite fragments. What is this? Is this our big one that's all Terranite and inert? Or sorry. Nope, I'll leave that one for last. Let's see what else we got. Not gonna pick that one up. Go ahead and grab that one real quick. Tungsten and inert. And what is this guy right here? Let's find out. It looks like we have another fragment stuck right underneath that one, right behind it. So we'll crack that one, but I want to see if I can pick this one up first. No reason. Okay. Look at that optimal. So this is before and this is after. Very nice. Very easy. Would be nice if we get 40 SCU out of this one of Terranite. That'd be not bad. Did inert some of that, I can tell. Yeah, we might get 40 out of this one. Let's see. That's a pretty... Let's go and bust this one next. That one got a little frisky on us there.
Attack on shields. Extraction mode.
All right. And there's our 40 SCU right there. Total. So we managed to get 24, unfortunately. What else do we have over here? All right, let's go find another rock. And we got the sun right above us. It's a beautiful day out on Monarchs. Glad to have everybody with me here. Say something in chat. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know how the stream quality is for you guys. And let's get the shields down. Get into scan mode here. And let's go see what we can find. A lot of desert animals out here. That'll be a gem. Gems, lots of gems out there, out this way for you gem miners. Now, whatever that is, that looks, let's go check that out. Darth Merkin, I'd highly suggest you get back into it, my man. Okay, so we roughly have 50-ish SCU left over for that special rock that hopefully we'll find soon. Not really interested in cracking any gold rocks today. Any tier S. Let's see if we can find anything in this. Okay, not looking great there. Yeah, 40 something in quantanium. Very small amount, but might be worth grabbing here. If there's something else in here, let's see. Okay, and this one was a small rock, right? This was 19, yeah. And I don't want to have to go home. So we're going to keep on looking. Okay. Let's keep on trucking here. And off we go. Another beautiful day out here on Monox. There we go. 20 over here, and what was this? 23? We'll try both. See if we can find that special rock in one of these. This one not looking so great. Too many. But we'll see. And we'll just go left to right. Not bad amount of Terranite on those two, but I'm looking for something a little bigger. May come back to them. Well, we may be checking out that other deposit formation over there to our left. Yeah. So a couple of good, three actually decent rocks, sort of. But I really want to go... Get out of mining mode here. I think that one was right over here. Yep. We'll go check this one out. See if there's something a little better to snack on besides that. All right, quartzite. What are we gonna get out of these today? Let's take a look. Scan the big guys first. So much tungsten. Not a fan. Let's keep on trucking. See if we can find something a little better. Look at those beautiful clouds. Darth Merkin, if you decide to get back into it, hit our Discord server, man. It's in the link. Usually streaming on Fridays or Friday nights or Saturday nights. Come mining with us. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be... Let's check these out just to make sure. Tonight when I'm back on, I think we're going to hit Pyro 1 or... something else close by. Not that Monox has been bad to me, but just change the scenery for the stream tonight. Okay, what do we got? Another 21K return over here. Let's go check it out. And we'll be starting the stream tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And these are all, let's check out the big ones first. Not a lot of hope in this cluster here. $16K Terranite rock. Okay. Gold. All right. Got a few more in here. Let's go check these out. Doesn't get much prettier than that, though. Look at that. Very nice. Can't wait for Nix to come out. That's 4.4, so they say. I don't know if I haven't kept up to date on the latest updates in the last week or so, but hopefully I'll be able to check out Nix in the PTU here pretty soon. I'm pretty excited about that. New scenery, new place to go. Check out Levski. Okay, there's an 8, which we don't care about. Couple about over here that are in the 10K range. If you guys haven't checked out my Star Citizen Con 2025 video, check that out if you're not sure what Levski is or Nix. But the community's pretty excited about all that. It's a 44K rock right there. Just not the right stuff. So I think it's slated for November, so we're close. I'm really curious what performance is going to be like. That's a 70K gold rock right there on a return like this. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what else we have in here. How about 50K, 50 SCU left of cargo space, maybe. So if we find something decent. Okay. Here's another return out here at some gems for you gem miners right there. And no, we're not smacking into rocks today. No, thank you. And I'm trying to stay with the sun for you guys so that you have a nice picture. Mining in the dark just isn't much fun for me anyway. I like looking at the scenery and doing all that kind of fun stuff. All right, let's see what we got here. Go right to left here on the scan. It's about time to get the Verpals set up too. I have the Verpals in a box, and I have the monster mounts, the monster tech mounts. I just need to get my desk set up properly for those. And off we go. Let's keep on scanning. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about Levski, Nyx. I'm pretty stoked. Another bunch of small rocks here. Okay. That's a 19K Terranite rock. Let's see if we have anything else in here worth grabbing. Now we're getting into the mountains here. We started out in the flats and now we're kind of moving along here into the mountain area. And this is why I don't like these very much unless they're sitting down on the ground, because then you got to move your ship after the initial break. All right, let's keep on trucking here. Okay, we got a what? 17 over here and a 10. So let's go check this one out. And there's another one over there. What is this one? Yeah, not big at all. Okay. Oh, I need one more good rock for this particular stream before I come back on tonight. So, but I'm starting to run out of time here. Let's see what we can find. 43K gold. Really didn't want to take home any gold today. Not a big fan of having to transport that. But we may have to. Yeah, just all not good rocks right here. Let's keep heading into the sun for another minute or two. Beautiful sun. Beautiful scenery out here on Monox. Getting into a little bit more favorable terrain that I like anyway. Okay, there's a 19, and what do we have out here at 11 kilometers? An 11. Okay, let's go check out this one over here. Okay, there's a 44K Terranite rock. We'll take that. Want to make sure there's nothing else in here that I might want instead. Yep. The resistance is a little bit rough. But we'll give it a shot anyway before we call it a morning at least. Let's go see what we can see. And for tonight, I think I'm going to load up a size 2 store all with more modules so that I don't have to, because I think I've blown through a couple of them already. So we have limited uses on our Surges and Stampede here. But we're going to crack it anyway. And there she goes. All right. Now over to the Hofstad and let's do some scooping here. Got a little bit messy into the overcharge for a moment, but we recovered. I think that one was in the, what, 44 range, so not too bad. Yeah, what a beautiful day, though. All right. Now we don't have to jump through 50 hoops to get the rock to scan after the patch, so that's good. Look at that, 97 point something Terranite. And watch that overcharge. Here, let's watch. So the optimal window, just so everybody's aware, that's the size, but because we're running, we have the Focus 3 on there, so the window size is plus 40%, but we lose a little bit of power, but we gain fracture power from the Ryger. So it all kind of evens out, and it makes life easy, and that's why that window just doubled, almost. And the wind's picking up a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and move things along here. And the Hofstad has good range. All right. Nice and easy. That's the way I like it. There's another night. Oh, that one got a little frisky on us. A little bit too much. We're probably going to lose that one. Let's move on to another one here. Let's get these out of the way first. No reason to overcharge a... $78, not bad. Another nice one. Really nice rock, actually. A lot of 100% raw in there. Here's another one. Okay, we'll have to do some braking on that one. So that's copper and inert. What do we got here? Go ahead and take that one home too. Why not? And we may have to reposition the mole here, but no big deal. We got blown off target a little bit. So let's go do that before we finish up our day here. Move a little closer and raise that nose a bit. There we go. So we'll be able to maybe end this mining session with 50 SCU of Terranite in the hold. Not a bad day. Not a terrible day. Would have liked to have found more quantanium, but if you're just joining us, welcome to Alpha Infinity Tech. We started the stream with a $2 million run out to the TDC at Area 18. Now that we're able to sell, and I can confirm that we can sell. Now that's been resolved, and we're back here in Pyro stacking up more mining jobs. Copper, copper, copper. What else do we got? That's 100% Terranite raw right there. Nice 30 SCU of that. Yikes. Maybe I shouldn't have scooped up. And we'll just keep the power on and let the overcharge bleed off. Keep that optimal window nice and big. Not exacerbate the problem by turning it off. That one's a little frisky though, so we want to be careful. Okay, let's go ahead and grab all those. Well, look at that. It's going to be 70 SCU of Terranite today. Yep, and that ended up just about how I wanted it to. So that's not a bad day at all. Oh, wish we could have picked up that one, but apparently not. If you guys have been enjoying the stream, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up if you don't mind, and check out the YouTube channel. Let me know if you like my content. If you do, consider subscribing, please. I have another video coming out on the Asperia, the new Asperia ship. Very interesting ship. Beautiful, honestly. But is it a daily driver? Is it your heavy fighter of the future? I don't know. Stay tuned. Hit that bell on my channel. So 75 SC of raw Terranite, not bad. We'll lose a little bit of that in the refining, but what a beautiful sunset. Look at that. All right, I got to focus on flying instead of looking at the pretty stuff. All right, here we go. So I learned there's not as much quantanium on that part of Monox. In the place where I usually mine, there's a little bit higher density, it seems like, of the quant, but either way, I'll take a tier 1 mineral as well. For those of you who haven't seen that beautiful gray cat paint, look at that. It kind of changes colors just a little bit, depending on the lighting. And what are those clouds coming off the, that's very interesting. What is that? Gorgeous paint though. They really did a nice job on this one. All right, and we're almost back to checkmate. And it's a busy part of the universe out here. Wrong button there. All right. There's our hangar. Let's go check it out. And there's checkmate coming out of the clouds there, the gas cloud. There's our hangar. Beautiful. All right, let's get the gear down. Get into VTOL mode here. Get out of coupled mode and look what happens. It just floats right to exactly where I want it to. Perfect. All right. Man, let's go see how long it's going to take to refine 70 SU of Terranite. I think let's see how many work orders I have stacked up. I think I have 0 at the moment, but we'll go find out. And for those that are not familiar, it's nice mining out in Pyro because you can go directly to a refining deck right from your hangar. Oh, we got to go store our mole. Come on, got to pay attention here. But once again, directly back to the hangar from the refinery. It used to be a habit to store it every time because, you know, back in the old days, in the 2 and 3X days, because we were only mining for one thing, and you always had a volatile countdown timer running out on you. There we go. Amazing what happens when we store our ship. All right, so there's our Terranite. Getting a quote is taking its sweet time. So 11 hours, 23,000, 62.96. If we wanted to go with something a little faster, maybe. That is faster. Okay. And let's see here. I can have it done in an hour for 70,000. I don't think I want to do that. And lose even more. So we'll go with that. And then for those who are not aware, make sure, because it did not drop the other materials, you want to go to the ore sales, and you definitely want to sell your unrefined material right here. That'll at least help pay the fuel costs. And since I backed out during processing, let me just make absolutely certain we got it. Yep, we're good. Cool. So we made another 2 million today on a mining run out to the TDC at Area 18. You know, let's go look at how much before I leave. You guys, at least until tonight. Let me go look and see what we got here. I'm going to go to Regolith Rocks. And I don't like, there's the Terranite, so let's calculate how much that, how much we made. Okay, so we'll go to the market price calculator here. Actually, correction, the work order. And we'll select Terranite, and quantity, the yield is going to be 62.96. So that'll come out to 616,707 AUEC for this mining run. Not bad. Technically it'd be 616,709,000 with the 2,000 we just sold. So that'll be our refined value after this job is done. So not a bad day, or not a bad morning. Probably could have been a little bit better if we wouldn't have inerted some more material, but that's okay. Oh, amazing how nice Checkmate looks. There's our beautiful armor set we're wearing today. That, my friends, is heavy armor. So I want to thank everybody for watching this morning. If you like the channel, please like and subscribe. If you like the stream, give me a thumbs up. Let me know how the quality was. I know we had some streaming issues early on, but it looks like it all straightened out later. So I appreciate everybody joining. Thank you. And I'll be back on tonight at 6 o'clock Mountain Time. We'll go bust some more rocks. So in the meantime, everybody have a good morning or afternoon, wherever you may be in the world, or evening. And we'll see you again soon.